think we're out of ad break now. It seems to be out of ad break. I think. Oh, wait, I'm not even using that. There we go. Where's me? Where am I? My throat is like dead. I don't know what's going on. It's not that. What is it? This one. I don't know why this is so far down then. That's so far down, or is the other things too far up? I think the other things are just too far up. This scene is a mess. This and this need to come down to here. There we go. Hello, everyone. I'm gonna play Power Wash Simulator because I want to. I'm feeling kind of meh today, so I figured Power Wash Sim would be a good choice. So yeah, this is probably gonna just be long swaths of silence while I just power wash. This is gonna be a great VOD to watch because you're not gonna get any music because I figured that out. I didn't realize that it didn't work properly the last few times, but it should be fine now. So my VODs shouldn't get copyright striked, which I don't think I've had any of them get marked at all yet. I'm pretty careful with what music I use, but that doesn't stop people. I've literally played like I way back when I had a let's play that I did of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and somebody copyrighted or like copyright claimed the Kakariko theme, but they copyrighted it because they did a remix of it, and it got claimed as the remix version. Same with Mario 64 with Bob-omb Battlefield. Nintendo music is awful for that, especially when it comes to like songs that have remixes of them. Someone's like, that's mine. It has the same melody. It's like you shouldn't have the right to set copyright claim for that kind of thing. Like, it's not your music. You didn't make it. You remixed it. That's all you did. You took a pre-existing copyrighted song and remixed it. You shouldn't have the right to claim copyrights for it. So yeah, things have been pretty normal for the most part for me. Work is gross, as always. The joys of working in retail, you know. What do I have for... How do I change that? How do I... Clothing. Why is it just the basic suit? What's going on there? I feel like I was talking about something. I don't know. Yeah, this week's just been gross, and I haven't been feeling up to really doing much. Hence why I haven't really done Resi the past few streams. I promise we'll get back to Resident Evil soon. I really want to get it done. Just, ugh. Everything right now is just, ugh, you know? I think we're pretty close to the end of it now. Last time we played, we did the clock tower, and fought, Nemesis? Yeah, Nemesis. And we played as Carlos for a little bit. We did the Carlos playthrough. I think the last thing we did was doing everything as Carlos. And then we did a few things with Jill after that segment. And then... and then ended, if I remember correctly. Come on now. Don't be that guy. There it is. Okay. Oh, I only just found out today that the Olympics are going on. I usually always know when the Olympics are going on, but for some reason this year it went way over my head. I don't know. Which is funny because, like, I saw, like, posts online about the torchbearers and stuff. I was like, that doesn't make sense. The Olympics aren't for a while now. Like, we still got, like, a long way to go before the Olympics. No. The Olympics are going on now. I even saw, like, footage from the Olympics. Like, I saw the archer, who had, like, the bee, or, like, the hornet wasp land on her bow. As she's going to shoot. Which that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I don't know. I'm not huge on, like, sports that much, so the Olympics isn't crazy interesting to me. Stuff like archery is cool. Archery, I did fencing for a good while in my life. I think I did it for, like, maybe 2 years. I actually don't remember how long I was doing fencing, but I enjoyed it. I only did foil and epee. I never got the chance to actually do saber. I did one thing of saber. It was basically like, okay, my teacher being like, all right, I'm gonna put you up against this trained saber fencer in our club. If you can score a point on them, then you can start saber. Because saber is really cool. So the differences are, with foil and epee, it's all poking, so there's like a button on the tip of the blade. And that's how it counts the points. But saber is slashing. It's literally like swashbuckling sabers. It's really cool. And I really wanted to do it. But my teacher was always like, you're not ready. Because, like, for some reason, it's always like a progression thing. at least for my school, my club, it was. They always start with you with foil. Foil is the starting one. Where it's foil and epee aren't too different. It's mostly the only differences are like the blade, which would be specifically the guard of the blade, and the target. So in foil, you'll have like this tiny little like plate of a guard, and the target is the torso. So you have this, so it's all, it's like copper conductivity. So you'll have this metal, like this metal woven vest over top of your regular fencing gear. So if it makes contact, if like the button of the person's blade makes contact with the vest, it'll mark as a point, but if it makes contact with anywhere else on your body, it won't count as a point. So that's foil. Epee, the guard is a lot bigger. It's almost like it's I would describe it more as a bowl, where I describe foil as a plate. So it's like a big bell guard is what they're called. Bell guards. I don't know why that just came back. It's called, I think it's mostly called a bell guard because of the sound that it makes when you hit it. Because if you get a good whack on the guard, it makes such an obnoxious ringing noise, and that can be used as like a distraction tactic. But epee has like a way bigger guard on the sword, and the target is literally anywhere on the body. So it's literally just button push, and it registers as a point. You can literally like poke the floor, and it will register as a point. So epee's like, so it which kind of makes sense on like why they start you with foil and then bring you into epee, because you know foil is you're more focused on like you only have your torso that you have to worry about. When it comes to terms of defense, the only thing you have to protect is your torso. As long as you're protecting that, you're good. Epee, you gotta cover your whole body. Voidborn, hello, welcome back. How are you doing? How is you today? Yeah, epee is literally anywhere. You can get hit on the wrist, you can get hit in the head. Everywhere is a good target. I was very good at toe touches. I got people in the toe a lot. I have very good peripheral vision. Doing well? Hey, that's good. That's better than not doing well. Yeah, and then Saber, the target is waist up, and the blades look, the guard for the blade is more like the typical like pirate sword, like the great big, almost like knuckle shield that you can like punch someone in the head with. But instead of poking, instead of like a jabbing motion, it's more of a slashing moment. Is there stream delay? There probably is a little bit, just because of the way internet works. But I don't think I personally have one on purpose. You can increase the delay if you want to, but there's always going to be at least like a 5-second delay, no matter what. You'll have those rare occasions where there's like 0 delay. It all depends on people's internet. But yeah, Saber's really cool. You do slashing. But, we were talking about fencing, which the fencing conversation started because I was talking about the Olympics. I was like, I'm not huge on sports, but I did fencing for like 2 or 3 years. I even trained for Canada Games, actually. I didn't get into Canada Games, but I trained for it. Which I have a jacket to prove it. I'm pretty sure I still have that jacket. I definitely still have the jacket. I have the jacket at my fencing club that I bought for the fencing club as well. Even though the zipper is completely busted on it, I still have the jacket. Cause sentimental value. I have all my medals too. My fencing gear is probably also still somewheres, but it is absolutely disgusting and is no good anymore. My blades are probably all rusted too. I didn't exactly take the best care of it after I quit. I kind of quit in frustration. There's books with that kind of like plan. You'd take up a hobby. Maybe learn a new language. That's what I'm doing. I'm learning languages right now. I'm also doing research into paranormal investigation. I hear ya. I hear ya. That's for the most part. That's pretty much all I do. Is just sit at home and play games. Honestly, which is awful. Even on like the days that I'm not streaming, I'm not doing a whole lot different. I have projects that I need to work on, but my brain is just so fried from work right now that I just can't bring myself to work on projects. I tried to like yesterday, but it didn't happen. I just sat and did nothing. Well, I didn't do nothing. I was doing more research on the chaos that is what's going on at the Conjuring house right now. Jewelry making. Oh, jewelry making would be really fun. Yeah, creative writing and drawing would be really nice too. I want to try and get back in drawing. I also want to try and do music writing again. I did a bit of music writing at one point. Well, music making. I wouldn't say writing. I never really wrote music. I just made it. I was like, I have an idea in my head and I just go for it. I did drawing for a bit. I got pretty alright at it, but I don't know. It's not really for me. I'd like to get better at drawing, but I already have so many things that I want to do and whatnot that it's too much. Ooh, nice. Pixel art's the only thing that I never tried. I mean, I've done my fair share of pixel art inside of Animal Crossing with the custom designs, but I don't know, my brain just can't process pixel art for some reason. A hard time doing pixel art. I'm currently learning Japanese, which is sugoi. Totemo kakkoi desu. Very cool. I think learning Japanese is the only thing that I'm like really getting into. I do some 3D work. A lot of 3D elements that you'll see on my streams I worked on. I haven't done modeling all that much as of late, but I'd like to try and get back into modeling. I did model a few things. I went to college for 3D animation. So that's something that I did a lot of work in. The super fancy facial expressions that my 3D model does, like how I can stick out my tongue and like wiggle my nose and everything, that's all work that I did on my model. Other than that, it's just a Vroid model with some outfit textures that I purchased on Booth. Game trading. Ooh, yes, that'd be super cool. I've been like casually collecting games on the side, which is real difficult with scalpers and game collectors all being a thing. Any like secondhand game stores are like really hiking up prices. They're all like the secondhand game stores that are in my area basically look at the price charter's price and double it. And that's what they go for. Oh, in-game trading. That'd be cool too. In-game. In-game. Yeah. Wow. Scalpers are still stinky though. Collectors are stinky. I'm one of those people where like I would look at like a price charter's price and like take off like $5 or $10. You'd be like, oh, it's $15. Like, oh, how about 10? Do you want 10? I'll give it to you for $10. Like, heck yeah. Which I don't really sell that much. I suppose if I like bought like a bulk bin for super cheap and got like duplicate games, then I would do that. I've done that for a lot of these project, like the maps for this game. But I'm trying to be a little more systematic with this one. Not just jump around all willy-nilly. I think I'm doing good so far. We started with the outside rim, and then we're slowly working our way in. It helps that the place is all like sectioned off, so I can be like, okay, I'll do this section. This is also a way bigger map than some of the other ones. This is one of the ones where like it lets you do, I think, up to 4 or 6 people in co-op mode. Details. I think. Bonus, yeah, you can do like 6 people in this. Whereas the career jobs, you can only do up to 2 people. I don't know. It is a really messy fountain. It's a lot of the things where it's like, how is this bad? Like, one of the first missions you do is like cleaning the backyard of someone's private home. It's like, what are you doing that your yard, like, their lawn is perfectly cut, but the actual, like, the doghouse is an absolute disaster. Their like patio furniture is absolutely disgusting. The shed is grimy as all get out. It's like, what are you doing? Yeah, oh my word. Rug cleaning channels are wild. It's like, ooh, that's very satisfying, but like, ew, why is that rug so disgusting? I probably almost will never have like carpet, any form of carpet in my house. Carpet is icky. The fuzzy on the feet is nice, but like cleaning is just a pain. I'll just stick with like hardwood floors or tile things. I think even in my Sims houses, I used hardwood floors instead of carpet. There might be like 1 or 2 houses that used carpet, just because it looked better aesthetically. Whoa! Exactly, exactly. Exactly. Let me... Options... Audio... Just bump this up a little bit. Whoa, that's a lot louder now. That's too loud. Down a little more. Ah, yeah. That's we're getting there now. No. I need that perfect balance of music and power wash. That seems good. Ad break's over. Yada! Welcome back from ad break. This lightning one's cool, but I was kind of hoping it would like flash or glow or something. There were ads. I have my channel set up so that the ads happen at a very specific time during the stream, so it lets me know when it's happening and I can plan accordingly if I need to. You are blessed. Blessed by the Twitch gods. To never have ads. So, we got Tunic started, but I've been trying to figure out like a chill game series to do. I'm not sure what to do. Basically one that would take up this time of like, I feel ick, so I don't want to play anything super stressful. I think my go-to originally was like Tears of the Kingdom. At the time that I was playing that. I just don't have a go-to game right now. Like Bloons. I actually don't think I've ever played Bloons, to be truthfully honest. I mean, I've played like a defense game similar to it before, but I don't know. I like some drive to my game. I say as I'm sitting here playing Power Wash Simulator and also have played like hours upon hours of Animal Crossing. We can get back to Cozy Crossing at some point. I honestly don't know why I haven't gotten back to Cozy Crossing. I kind of just want to... I don't know. I feel like it's just not the right time to get back to Animal Crossing. I want to kind of figure out what that series really is a bit more. Which is a weird sentence to say, because it's literally just we're playing all the Animal Crossing games. It's like, what do you mean? Try and figure out what that series is going to be. It's literally just playing all the Animal Crossing games. I don't know. Relaxing game that lasts long. Barely know any. Might not even know any. For Animal Crossing Stardew. Yeah, I mean... That was... What? Huh? I thought I did that. Okay. Well, that's cleaned. Thank goodness. Yeah, I haven't, like, 100% completed Stardew. And a lot of friends have talked about getting back into Stardew, especially now that it's been updated and you can have up to 8 players at once. A lot of us have been talking about going into Stardew Valley again. And I thought about opening Stardew a handful of times, but I don't know. Just Slime. Ooh, Slime Rancher would be a nice one. I haven't played Slime Rancher. Slime Rancher is a game I actually would be interested in getting into. There it is. There it is. Phasmophobia would be an interesting game. I don't know if that would be necessarily a chill game. But I kind of want to try, like, I kind of want to play Phasmophobia. I want to play Phasmophobia more. I don't know what that says about me that I think of Phasmophobia as a chill game to play on days where I feel ick and don't want to do much. I mean, I was literally talking about researching Paranormal Investigation earlier. And how I've been keeping up with the chaos that is the Conjuring house. Psychopathic is what I'd say. No, yeah, that, yeah, probably. Yep. I'm crazy. I just can't wait to sit back and relax with a good old game of Phasmophobia. Which Phasmophobia is also one of those games where, like, every single time I look back on it, I'm like, it's not that scary, but then the second I get into the game and start playing it, I am terrified to do anything. Battle Cats. I think I've heard of Battle Cats before. I think I had friends who played Battle Cats. I'm not huge on strategy games. Oh, playing mobile games won't be a problem for me. I have the ability to capture on my iPad. So I could do mobile games. I think way back I actually streamed Animal Crossing Pocket Camp at one point. Interestingly enough. Just looking back at that, that had to be just a boring stream. Just a drag. I also want to get back into doing overnight streams, but I don't know what I would do. I've seen some people do these like parallel work streams. One person I can think of specifically is Momo O'Brien, where they just stream them working on a project, like themselves working on a project, and like they're just doing whatever tasks they have to do, while also just talking with chat, which seem nice and cozy and very much up my alley of vibes. Ooh. It's very fun, and something I always highlight is lack of forced ads and no pay to win. Ooh, that is actually really nice. For a mobile game especially, that's like unheard of nowadays. I think right now the only mobile games I play are like Zenless Zone Zero and Pokemon Go, which I hardly touch both of them at the moment. Pokemon Go I don't really play, I just still have it installed because I have other people who still play it. Or I know other people who still play it. I was like super into Pokemon Go when it first came out. Oh, that's not bad. Inner wall. Interesting. There's a lot of games that I kind of have on the go that I need to get back into. Kingdom Hearts. I'm currently on Birth by Sleep. I have all the Kingdom Hearts games. I'm doing a first playthrough of all of them. We're currently on Birth by Sleep, so I played through Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I skipped Chain of Memories because I could not stand the card mechanic. Yeah, that actually sounds like a pretty decent mobile game. But yeah, I skipped Chain of Memories because I couldn't stand the mechanics. I'm currently playing the PlayStation 4 all-in-one sort of versions. So 358 over 2 days. It was a movie instead of like actually getting to play the game, which is kind of sucky because I was looking forward to playing that one because that's the only Kingdom Hearts game I played as a kid. So I might find a way to play that one again. Just for the sake of nostalgia. And it plays more similar to the original Kingdom Hearts games, so it's pretty good. So we're doing Birth by Sleep. I already finished Terra's playthrough, so we're doing Ventus's playthrough right now. So I have Ventus and Aqua, and then the final playthrough for Birth by Sleep, and then I get to do Dream Drop Distance, I think? I get to go to the second disc of the collection, which is pretty cool. Kingdom Hearts Zelda? No. Kingdom Hearts is by the same people who make Final Fantasy. It's basically if Final Fantasy and Disney, it's Final Fantasy and Disney combined. It's a pretty neat game. Yeah. It's a game series I've always known of as a kid, but I never played it as a kid. So it's kind of always been in the back of my mind of like something I always wanted to play. So once I got a PlayStation, I was like, alright, we play in this game. So I'm working on playing through all of them. I kind of took a long pause on them because I kind of burnt myself out. Because I played back to back to back to back. So I've been kind of taking a break of those. What other games have I had on the go? I started playing Tokyo, Ghostwire Tokyo, which is a gorgeous game. I still very much want to play it on stream because I want to have the footage. I don't know. I want to have that footage for memory's sake for some reason. But it's an absolutely gorgeous game. I've already played through a decent amount of it, but I'll probably restart and we'll start from scratch one of these days. So I won't have like a genuine first reaction to the beginning or anything. But yeah, it's a really pretty game. And I'll probably switch to English voice acting because I was using the Japanese VA last time we were playing. And it's basically just hearing Japanese and then people not knowing what's going on. Oh, it's a tower defense game. Okay. Nice. That would explain why I've heard of some people playing it. I think it's the same people who told me about who played Bloons. I think the most in terms of tower defense games I've played is Dungeon Defenders, which was pretty fun at the time. It's another game that I considered going back to, but you know, it also just doesn't seem worth it. Astral Chain's another game that we started, and it's also another game that I have no problem restarting the game save, and we can start from scratch on stream. Because that's another game that's absolutely gorgeous and such a blast to play. And, oh, I now have Bayonetta. I actually have Bayonetta for the Wii U now, so I can stream Bayonetta! Let's go! Bayonetta's been on, like, my list of games that I want to pick up and play for so long. And I finally have a copy of Bayonetta 1 and 2 for the Wii U. So I can start playing Bayonetta. Actually bought a lot of games from a friend. That's pretty typical with a handful of mobile games. But I was at a friend's place and he's like, I have a bunch of games that I just want to like get rid of if you want to buy some. And we went through and I bought like a bunch of games for a really good price. Because we literally just went through price charters on our phones. And he was like, whatever it says on price charters, I'm just gonna give you that price. If it's like a weird number, I'll just round it down to like the nearest. So like I got a huge amount of NES games, Super Nintendo games, picked up some GameCube games, PlayStation 2, DS, 3DS, Wii and Wii U. So I have a bunch more games that we can stream. Especially now that I have ability to stream N64, Super Nintendo, and GameCube games. That's pretty pog. I just said pog in 2024. Cringe. But yeah, I actually have a copy of A Link to the Past now, which I'm very happy about. Which we've already played through and beaten it, so like I don't need to play it anymore. But I own one. Super Nintendo is like my favorite console. I consider it my childhood console. I'm like my with my birth year, it's Gen Z. I think Pog is before Gen Z even. But yeah, if Pog is Gen Z slang, it makes sense for me to say it. I am Gen Z. With my birth year, my gaming generation in terms of Nintendo would be Nintendo 64, which I do have a lot of memories playing Nintendo 64. But I have a lot more fond memories of playing Super Nintendo. I played a lot of Super Nintendo with my dad. And one of my favorite pictures of me is of little me and my dad playing Super Nintendo, and it's super cute. But Super Nintendo, I personally say is my childhood console. So I absolutely love it, and I've been trying to kind of start collecting a decent amount of Super Nintendo stuff. I even went and purchased a Gens Alpha, which is basically between Alpha and Gen Z. I'm technically Zennial, because my birth year is perfectly in the middle of Millennials and Gen Z. Which is why most of my friends are Millennials, because I get along with them so well. And they're all like, ick. Gen Z is gross. And I'm like, hey, watch your mouth. You're speaking to one. And that's not like me outing any of my friends either. Like, I think all of us are very open about like what our ages are on Twitch and everything. Hey, every generation goes through that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care what anyone says. Every generation goes through the phase of the older generation being like, this generation ain't gonna turn out right. This generation's ruined. This is the generation that's going to destroy the world. And every single time they're proven absolutely wrong. It's like, hey, you need to learn to like respect the younger generation, because when you get older, those are the people who are going to be taking care of you. Like when you get to age where like you can't do anything on your own. Yeah, no, technology doesn't do anything to your brain. And like screens, it's like eye strain. That's the most you get. Whoa, it's so high up! Thank you for head pat. Why is it way up there? Hi, fam. It's the fam. Oh, yeah. I appreciate the lurk all the same. Yeah, no, generations aren't going through brain rot. Like, we're not losing brain cells with each generation. I'm sorry. If anyone's losing brain cells, it's the people who are getting older saying that the next generation is short on brain cells. It's like, sorry, age is taking that from you, my guy. Did I say it? I don't think I mentioned. Super Nintendo's my chosen console. I know, right? Every single time the Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom music comes on, I'm like, I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to play it. But like, I don't need to. Oh yeah, short form content will is definitely changing the way we consume content. I know a lot of people who are like, oh, whenever I watch YouTube videos, I watch it at like 1.5 times speed. It's like, why? It's like, oh, I don't have time to sit down and watch a whole video. I gotta speed it up. It's like, why don't you just take some time to chill out and relax? And this isn't even like the younger generation that I'm talking about. This is the millennials I'm talking about. I'm calling out my millennials. The literacy problem has nothing to do with technology and social media. It 100% has to do with our school systems. They are going down the drain. I have ADHD. Look at the way I'm waggling my mouse. Listen to the way I clickle-clackle my little controllers whenever I'm on a loading screen. I get it. But like, no, my cookie. It's okay. I get being like, I don't have time for this. But like, if you're watching a video, just relax, enjoy it. I bought a Japanese Super Nintendo. I keep forgetting to say it. I get distracted with other conversations. I was Japanese Super Nintendo because I love Super Nintendo that much. It's all displayed on my shelf and it looks pretty. It's even complete in box. Sorry, Super Famicom? Like Super Famicom? No way. Actually, on the subject of Super Nintendo, I was thinking how... Wait, I might still be able to make it work. Because I was thinking how I kind of wish I kept the Nico name. I know it's still in my stream, my Twitch name, but that's just because I haven't found any other name that I can use. I wish I kept the Nico name, because whenever I do, like, overnight streams, I can call them Sleepy... Oh, what was it? It was Sleepy Nico's Excellent Streams. Excellent Stream, that's what it was. Sleepy Nico's... Bye, Void! See you! Sleepy Nico's Excellent Stream. SNES. I just came up with that today. I was like, oh man. I thought of that way too late. And then I can play Super Nintendo games. I have so many new Super Nintendo games I need to play and beat now. I could have done a whole Super Nintendo sting. Maybe I can figure out something with Super Famicom. I know the Super Famicom doesn't actually use like much of a abbreviation. But I could do like Sleepy Fox. Something 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 something. Sleepy Fox stream? SFS, would that be the Famicom's abbreviation? Is it just called the It's just called the Super Famicom. It doesn't have any like system into it or anything. Used to use SFC for abbreviation. Super Famicom. Okay, yeah, I see that. Sleepy Fox content. We're on a roll today with clever things. I still need to play Zelda 2. It's the only Zelda game I have left to play and beat. Not including Triforce Heroes, which I probably will never get to. Well, I've heard that Zelda 2 actually isn't a terrible game. It's apparently a pretty good game. It's just not it's different, you know? It's like when Breath of the Wild came out and all the purists were grumpy and were like, "This isn't a Zelda game. What is this garbage?" It's like, well, it is a Zelda game. And it's not garbage. It's great. It's just different. Or like what happens when Game Freak tried to do anything different with Pokemon, even though people keep complaining that Game Freak never does anything different with Pokemon, and then when they do something different, they're like, what is this garbage? This isn't Pokemon. Get this out of here. You asked for something different, and they gave you something different. Yeah. Which is unfortunate because there's a lot of things in the world like require change. Like if you go without changing like anything in the world, you're gonna have a boring world. Things are gonna be awful. Some things just need change. And Nintendo also are one to like experiment constantly, which is what I love about them. That's why I like the Mario series, is like they'll stick with the general formula, but they're not afraid to like experiment with it. They're like, let's try something new with Mario. Let's give him let's use motion controls. Let's give him a spin. Let's give him a water jetpack. It's like the core Mario's still there, but like there's something different to it. Yay. One of like the in development things that still baffles me to this day is the fact that Splatoon was going to be bunny rabbits. Like how wild would that be? The gravity system's wild, especially for the times. Like that's still insane to this day. And they made it work, and it's absolutely amazing. It would not be the same game if it didn't have that. Yeah, the coding of the gravity system would be wild. Yeah, I like Rosalina. She's my favorite princess. She's very cute. Although I've been partially kind of growing fond of Daisy lately. I don't know why. I probably know why. I wasn't too big on Daisy originally. Super Mario Land was a game I loved though. I did enjoy that game. That might have been the first old school Mario game I ever beat. I was playing it as a kid. I consider anything that's like, if it didn't come out on a current day console and is like 8-bit, it's old. Which, yeah, Game Boy was like NES era, I think. I don't remember what year the Game Boy was released. I'm pretty sure it was in between the NES and the SNES. I consider N64 to be old now. which is saying something, because my birth year is very close to the release of the NES or the N64. And it's not NES. Not that far back. Graffiti. Oh, I'm washing off the graffiti now. Oh. Oh, that's the clean wall. I see. I still have my family's original Game Boy. I remember going to like my mother's friend's house and playing Pokemon Yellow on their Game Boy. That was the first time I ever played a Pokemon game. Looking back, I probably deleted their save, not knowing what I was doing. But, you know. I have, one of my cousin's husbands actually gave me their copy of Pokemon Red. And they were full-heartedly like, I want you to have this. I was like, are you sure? Like, I was probably in high school at the time when he gave it to me. I was like, are you absolutely sure? Like, I'll pay you for this. He's like, no, you can have it. So I have his copy of Pokemon Red, and I haven't deleted the save because he has like Mewtwo on it and everything, and I don't want to delete someone's childhood save. Yeah. And I do really appreciate it. It's actually right here, I think. No, it's on the pile of the rest of my Game Boy games now. Yeah, I looked through the save file and like he had everything. He beat the Elite Four and everything. Had Mewtwo. I was like, I cannot delete this. This is someone's childhood memories. I can't delete this. I was even given the okay to delete it, and I was like, no, I won't. It's not happening. I will sooner buy a bootleg copy and play the game on that than delete someone's childhood save file. Which, speaking of childhood save files, I also still have, so I have the Nintendo GameCube and a copy of Animal Crossing, and if you never had a GameCube or never got the Animal Crossing game before, it comes with a memory card, like a special memory card with Rover from Animal Crossing on it. So it's like a special Animal Crossing themed memory card. And on that memory card, there's only one save, and it is an Animal Crossing save, and it is the original town save of my sister's original Animal Crossing town from when the game came out, and that memory card is that memory card's remaining untouched. I have deleted my personal like childhood Animal Crossing town only because I've deleted it multiple times as a kid, restarting. But yeah, my sister's original Animal Crossing save is still on the Animal Crossing memory card, and I will not delete it. And the fact that I was able to recognize that it was the original save shows how much me and my sister played Animal Crossing growing up. Like it was a game. It was a single player game, but we bonded over it for sure. There's also the feature where, like, if you have one save on memory card A and one save on memory card B, you could play as in, like, memory card A's town, but then you can go onto the train and visit the town of memory card B. And it's so cool. Like, you couldn't play together, but it was such a neat way to be able to go and visit like your friends' towns and stuff. I think our copy of Ocarina of Time also still has the original save on it as well. I don't think our copy of Donkey Kong has the original save anymore. It did for a long time though, because my dad was like right at the end fight against K. Rool for Donkey Kong 64. So for a long time there was a save of just that. Yeah. Especially when it comes to the ones like Animal Crossing, where it has that sort of like customization and being able to put your personality and everything into it. My sister was very into cottagecore before the term cottagecore was coined. Before we started using the term cottagecore, that is what she was into. Which I think still kind of reverberates to this day. She's very much a plant girly. Like her house is just plants everywhere. There we go. I can get that. I think she actually started a full garden too. Like originally it was just like greenery plants. Like a lot of house plants and stuff. But like I think they actually started a garden and everything now. Which is super cool. My sister's actually the one who got me into streaming. She used to stream a lot. And I was like, I want to do that. Honestly, I was like... I was cliche little sibling. If my sister was doing something, I also wanted to. My sister used to play, she still can, but she was like she used to play violin in high school. And I really wanted to learn how to play violin, so I started learning how to play violin in elementary school. And then she ended up stopping playing violin. And I was like, well, my sister's not playing violin anymore. I don't want to play violin anymore. Which I'm kind of mad at younger me, because I wish I could play violin still. I wish I knew how to play violin. I always say if I had an instrument, like if I were to pick out a hero instrument for like a theme song, it would 100% be violin. I love the sound of violin, and like I said, my sister played violin a lot, and a lot of nights I remember like falling asleep listening to her practicing in the other room. And yeah, violins just they give me such a warm feeling because of the memories of, you know, watching my sister play violin and everything. Alright, time to go to sleep. Been very music inclined. My mother is very very musically talented. She plays piano and she can play saxophone as well. She got that from my grandmother, who plays piano as well. She also knows the accordion, which is super cool. And for a while, my mother and her parents, so my grandparents, they actually would go around doing sort of like singing for locations, which was really cool. So they like go to seniors' home and sing songs. They'd have like backtracks and then they do 3-part harmonies and everything. Is really cool. I actually joined them for some of them, and they worked in like a 4th part for me. Those were some fond memories. My dad doesn't really play any instruments. I don't know if he ever did play any instruments, but he's always had like an ear for music. He loves collecting music CDs. There's all kinds of CDs. If I ever need something new to like listen to, I can always just go look at the CD wall and pick out a random CD if I wanted to. But he's just got a talent for like having that ear for music and everything. He worked for radio stations. He still works for radio stations now. He used to do the sound for a lot of churches as well, which I ended up doing as well at one point. Ow, my eyes! So a lot of audio mixing stuff for live events. But yeah, he's just got a real ear for music. So music's always been around in my family. And my younger brother right now is actually doing musicals and stuff. So he's doing a lot of singing. He plays some guitar. He plays drums as well. We have ads, so that's cool. Wait for ads to finish, I guess. Let the cat in while we wait. You probably want food, huh? I'll go get that. Alright, we're back. Welcome back from ads. I was talking about family's musical talents. Yeah, my brother has been performing in musicals. He plays drums as well. And by perform in musicals, I mean like on the stage singing, performing in musicals. All of our family, each of us at one point had learned guitar. So I think we all kind of have some semblance of ability to play guitar. My brother learned ukulele. Yeah, I always think acting would be cool, but like, I've always been a super shy kid. I love musicals, especially like Phantom of the Opera is always one that has been like one that I super adore. Phantom of the Opera, Hamilton was very good musical. I haven't seen performances of most of these musicals, but like in terms of music, these were good musicals. Mean Girls is a really good musical. I don't think I've listened to Music Man actually. Beetlejuice actually has some pretty good music. SpongeBob the musical was actually really good. I don't know if anyone watched the SpongeBob musical, but it actually was a banger. It was really good. The SpongeBob musical was excellent. I think I will have to check that one out. The Music Man. Let me check my Spotify playlist for musicals, because I can't seem to think of any. Annie, of course, is a good classic. Oliver Twist, I really enjoyed. Oliver Twist, I distinctly remember my grandparents having a VHS of Oliver Twist and watching it constantly. Like, I think maybe like a year or two ago, I went looking for it and found the original version and watched it, and like a wave of nostalgia hit me watching that movie. Dear Evan Hansen, oh my word, is a beautiful musical. The movie was phenomenal. I pretty well bawled my eyes out watching the movie. SpongeBob, I said. Phantom of the Opera, I said. Annie, I said. Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd is a wonderful musical as well. Matilda is a really nice musical. I watched the Netflix Matilda movie. I recommend. It was really good. Of course, Hamilton. It's a banger. Everyone knows Hamilton. Jekyll and Hyde is a really good musical. I was on a gothic musical kick for a while, so I watched a handful of those. I watched Jekyll and Hyde with David Hasselhoff, actually. It was a really good musical. If you want a recommendation of a song from that one, Confrontation is a really cool song from the Jekyll and Hyde musical. Like I said, Sweeney Todd, Mean Girls, Beetlejuice, Be More Chill has some really good music. And what was the other one that I watched? There was another gothic musical that I watched. That was it was all right. There's some really good songs in it though. Was it is it just called Dracula? Dracula, the musical. Yeah, it's just called Dracula the musical. It's actually got some pretty good songs. The Masters song is a really good one. I think the Masters song was the first one I heard. It was good. I like musicals. I love like really well strung together harmonies. Like if I gave a list of like all my favorite songs in musicals, there's a very clear theme. The final song in Phantom of the Opera is like is probably still like my top favorite musical song out there. Where? I need the name of it. I want the name of the song. It doesn't have like a straightforward name, so it's hard to be like, oh yes, it's this one. Down Once More. I forgot. I I went to click on it on my phone. Have I watched Has Been Hotel? I've not, but I've heard some of the music and it's pretty good. But it's specifically the part of the song where it's all three of them are singing different parts of like different lyrics of the song all at the same time. I love that kind of stuff. It's so good. Do I risk getting in trouble on Twitch? I also realized that YouTube won't hear any of the music because I have it set up so that they can't. Let me double check that I have that set up properly. Music track is only in track 1. Go to settings. Twitch VOD is specifically track 2. Why is that so hard to read? Okay, yeah. I have that set up right. I should have that set up right. I don't know if anyone has listened to it, but there is a original there's an old version of Dear Theodosia from Hamilton. It never actually got recorded, but Lin-Manuel mentioned it before, and people have since done edits of the original song, where the original version of Dear Theodosia was supposed to have Alexander do his part, and then Bird does his part, then Alexander does his part, and then they do their parts at the same time, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's insane how gorgeous it sounds. Like, if there's anything that I always am like, you need to listen to this, it's the original, like the old concept version of Dear Theodosia. It's so, I don't know what it is. Like that song originally, it's a moving song to begin with. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a really pretty moving song, but something about that version, I tear up every time with that song. It's so pretty. I just get so emotional with it. I talked about everyone else's history with music in my family, but I didn't talk about my own. Oh goodness. Where are we? So I always grew up singing. Singing's always been a thing in my family. I've been in like a handful of singing choirs, one in elementary school and one in high school, I think. For like one event, and then that was it. So nothing like crazy in public sort of singing and choir stuff. I learned to play guitar at one point, which I went into learning guitar as a kid, but I didn't go too far into it because I didn't like how much pressing on the frets hurt my fingers, so I stopped quickly. But I eventually picked up guitar later down the road, and I could play guitar pretty decently. You do public singing? Never. In middle school, I actually learned to play the baritone. I originally was going to learn the trumpet in middle school band, but for some reason I couldn't get a hang of doing like raising the pitch with trumpet. But for some reason with the baritone I was able to do it no problem. I don't know why. So I was the big brass instrument playing. For those who don't know what a baritone is, it's basically a tuba but smaller. Quite possible. But yeah, I played baritone in middle school. Like I said, I played violin in elementary school, which was a good time. Because I got to be like my big sister. Played guitar. In high school, I was learning to play... I was teaching myself how to play drums. Because drums are cool, man. Like, who doesn't want to know how to play the drums? Like I said, I learned guitar. I learned how to play the ukulele a little bit. Because, you know, they go hand in hand, and we just had a ukulele in the house. So I was like, I want to learn that. I have a melodica, which is basically a little recorder piano hybrid, which sounds like an accordion, and it's super cool. I also have a mandolin because I was very much into like very welcome not back. I also have a mandolin because I was into very medieval sounding instruments, so I wanted to learn how to play a mandolin, so I have one of those as well. And I want to learn a plethora of other instruments. I am a bard. There's a reason I gravitate towards bard when it comes to playing D&D. I just am bard. I am bard. Me is bard. I also, like I said, I've done audio mixing for churches and stuff as well. Like soundboard work with churches and stuff. And I've also tried my hand at making my own music a handful of times, which I did pretty good. Most of it was just loops, but I did make my own music. In college, I actually made my own background music to my my demo reel. Yes. I am working on figuring out some music for a possible project that I may or may not be planning out. Possibly, maybe. Maybe possibly be working on projects. Secret projects that nobody knows about. That may or may not have anything to do with the Twitch or VTubing world and possible lore. I am an ambitious person. It's part of the reason why I'm like, you know what, Q, I get you. Because I am also very much like, there's this thing I want. I'm gonna learn how to do it. Cause like when I was doing YouTubing originally, and I was like, I need art. I was like, I'm gonna learn how to draw. Granted, like at that time I didn't know of like commissioning people, nor did I have the ability to pay anyone for commissions. I was just like, well, I need someone to make art. I don't know anyone who makes art, so I guess I gotta be the person who makes art. And same with music. I was like, I gotta make music. Actually, even back to my very first YouTube channel, I made the intro theme to our YouTube channel. Yay! Fam is my artist now. Fam is dedicated artist. Fam is my artist and mine friend. Fam is bestie. Fam has been granted title of bestie. Welcome to the club of besties, fam. Ooh. You'll have to... that sounds really cool. I'd be interested in checking that out sometime. If you ever get some gaming stuff done. If you ever make the game and the game gets completed, I would be interested in checking it out. Yeah, we have a Discord. I think my Discord command still works. You can share updates with us on the Discord. 'Cause that art is cool. Yeah. That's why I don't use Streamlabs, I use Stream Elements. I had too many frustrating things happen with Streamlabs, so I stopped using them. Ding. Ding. Why am I... Just get the longer nozzle. I think also I was using Streamlabs during the time where like a lot of like awful stuff was coming out about Streamlabs. Something like them using OBS's thing, but like... Cause like, yeah, they're Streamlabs OBS, right? But like, they claim to be independent from OBS. So like there was a big argument between OBS and Streamlabs. And I stopped using them around that time. Lower bass and bass, lower bass and bass, bass and bass, bass and bass and bass. It has been 0 days since Fox has beatboxed. F to pay respect. No worries, no worries. Even if you don't want to join, that's totally cool. I get that. I haven't been overly active in it myself lately, just because it's overwhelming sometimes. It's been real active, which I'm really happy with. I'm happy to see that it's been super active, but at the same time, I am very introvert. I've been like the least, as of late, I've been the least introverted out of like me, Pearl, and Helmy, but I don't know. Once the Discord started popping off, I got scared. Also, like when I'm on the Discord, it's when everyone else is asleep and stuff. So Gremlin hours, yay! But I got all these. I wish there was a way to put it back on the floor. Like I don't want the ladder anymore. It's in the way. Get rid of it. There we go. Alright. Now we can venture up. Yeah, I miss hanging out with everyone. I've been trying to figure out the best way to schedule my life to work out the way I want it to be. I feel like Miley Cyrus over here, living the best, living two worlds. I got the overnight world where I'm just working a regular life, and then I got the other world where I'm just Studio Fox. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. Oops. Okay. Whoops. Whoopsie doodles. Well, gosh. Sora. Goofy. Oil. I don't ask what that was. I don't even know. It is currently almost 10 o'clock in the evening to my brain. What? I go AFK for 1 second and I get described the word that means the act of throwing something out a window. What? It's a fun little lesson for the day.
Oh my god, it's corn.
Thank you for the corn. I too wonder how JJ's doing. Oh, ad. Oh, ad. We use an ad break, I guess. Ote. I will just calmly clean my gnome. I swear that's not a euphemism for anything. It's not a metaphor. Hey baby, you like the way I clean my gnome? Yeah. Ding. Oh, it's so satisfying. This game. This is what I play this game for. I play for the dings. Ready? Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh yeah. That's the stuff. Ding. Ding. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna talk about. Fam, I wanna commission you again sometime. But I need to finish working on stuff. Share with you the new model I've been working on in super secrets. This may be my most ambitious model yet. It has... how many outfits? 1, 2, 3. I think it currently has 4 outfits with possibility of a 5th at the moment. 5 outfits, 2 hairstyles, and a bunch of other features that have never been in a Kitsu model before. It's 5 outfits all in the same model too. So I don't even know if my computer's gonna be able to handle the new one. I might never be able to stream with it. I might have to simplify it. It's extra funny because this one was specifically just supposed to be like a slight upgrade to the current model. And it's a little more than a slight upgrade. Just a little more. Just a little bit. Just a little upgrade. Just a tiny little upgrade. It's no biggie. But I'm building this one with the idea that if I ever come up with the idea of new outfits, I can just slap it onto this one. just make a new one. Just, you know, why not? It's not uncommon for VTubers to have like a ridiculous amount of models anyways. And also it's nice to have options when it comes to streaming. Because there's been a decent amount of times where like I'm like I'm not really feeling this model. I want this model instead. And I'll just use a different model. It's fun. I like it. I like having the options. I don't know if I have any pictures of the current model. Let me take a look-see. Let me see if I have any sneak peeks I can send fam. I have outfit sneak peeks, but none that are very recent in the process. Oh, even those photos are out of date. Because some of the outfits have been updated since. Interesting. I'll send you some later. I'll load up my Blender files and give you some sneaky peeks. I think Pearl's had some sneak peeks, but nothing crazy. Where's the last time I talked about my model? Oh, there's one thing that I was working on, but I might be scrapping already. Man, I've been on a paranormal investigation kick. It's going good. I'm doing my research, looking stuff up. Picture of the Sims. There's this is the one. This is the one I was thinking of. Copy image. Send to fam, which is right underneath of the pearls. It's the only like recent-ish one I have. and it like shows next to nothing. It is just the face update. I've been getting a lot of like really neat ideas for model stuff that I want to kind of mess around with. So I'm going to be experimenting a bit. Get the regular model done first, and then I can start experimenting with extra things. Like I said, the idea of this model is so that I can just make it, have it done, and be able to update it really easily. So if I can make it super easy to update, if I was able to like put the glasses and the earrings into Blender and add them that way, that would be awesome. But it is not that easy. I'm sure I can find a way to make it work, but... Oops. Ding for me, gnome. Ding for me. Ding, my gnome of fountain. One thing I also want to do with this model is improve on the facial tracking. Video tutorials for 3D modeling are a drag to go through. Most of them on the internet are so monotone. I have such a hard time watching. Yay. I think I tried VBridger once fairly recently for no reason in particular. It's not so much of like the method that I go about, the method that my 3D face tracking works that's an issue. It's just the expressiveness isn't been on like the right level. Either it's way too much or it's way too little. And I just need to find that sweet spot of having the animations right. The tests I was doing with VBridger probably won't surface anytime soon, or even at all, possibly. I was just messing around with like one of those customizable models. I was messing around with a customizable woo VTuber model. My dumb brain didn't realize you needed VBridger to make it work properly. At least make it work with the way I do face tracking. But I still have to purchase a whole other program for that to work properly, so I don't know if I'll ever do that, because it's, I don't know, it's not worth it in my opinion for a customized model that I'm not entirely satisfied with. Like it's a cool model, and it's cool that you have that full customization, but I wasn't able to get something that I was super interested in. Something I'd be like, yeah, I want to use that. Because there's the other VTuber model 2D program I use. I was like, oh, it's nice. This one seemed to be set up with VBridger. I used VBridger and it worked, so... Just, I was using free trial of VBridger, so like, it was like, oh, you get to move around for like 5 seconds and then you stop. Spray. Unpaint the town. Spritz. There it is. Oh my word. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We're actually almost on this fountain. Kind of. There's the whole top left still. We're close to getting done this fountain. We're close to almost getting done this fountain. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, I guess Power Wash Sim could be our chill game to go to. There is a bunch of levels still that I haven't played. Lily, you better not be scratching on my door again. That'd be the 5th time in the past 5 minutes. I will fight. I will fight. I will box the cat. There will be a brawl. She will most likely win. But it will happen. Twitch for Twitch. If Twitch, it was a joke. I'm not gonna punch my cat. At least I won't do it on purpose. I have 100% accidentally whacked Lily on the head a handful of times. Oh, she's a sweetheart. She's a obnoxious brat, but she's a lovable obnoxious brat. I heard you like power washing sounds, so I thought I'd bring you more power washing sounds. Yeah, it doesn't really work the way I was thinking. There's still a lot left to clean on that, but I'll take it. Oh, I was talking with one of my friends today about paranormal investigative related stuff, specifically the chaos that is going on at the Conjuring House. So we were on the topic of paranormal investigation, and they're like, "Oh, I was talking with this other person that we were talking about doing the investigations with, and they said they'd be down for just going out to like the park at night." I'm like, I don't think we should go out to the park. Especially at the hours in which this would be the best. This activity would be the best. I don't think it's safe. Like, oh, we'll stay on like the roads. Like I still I don't trust our town. I have trust issues. No. If there's, like, if anything, the first location that we go to, I want it to be an indoor location. Like a hotel or something. Because I'd like to, like, have a nice, safe location where everyone can just relax in and not feel stressed about, you know, anything outside of what we're doing, I guess. I just want a place where people will feel comfortable doing things and not feel, you know, like they need to be watching over their shoulders for sketchy people. Probably, because, like, a whole part of investigating is, like, keeping an ear out for, like, abnormal sounds, like random knocking or, like, movement. And when you're outside, that's spooky. Like, at least if you're in a building, especially if you're in a building where, like, you know who all is in that building, if there's a noise, you can go investigate, and if there's someone there, there's someone there. If there isn't someone there, Congratulations, you got a spooky moment. But when you're outside in like a forest or something, you'll hear like a rustling in the woods, and it's like, what was that? That could have been just nothing, but it also could have been like some random guy just skulking around in the woods, or like an animal that's just eyeing you from a distance. Like, doing it outside it just doesn't seem like a smart idea, because it would be, in my opinion, the best like time frame would be starting at 11 and ending at like 4 in the morning. 11 p.m. to 4 in the morning. Hello, Nana. Let my brain slow down, hang on. Hi, Nana. We're playing Power Wash Simulator, where you power wash. A goo. It has been a long time. I'm happy you could drop by. I definitely did not get so excited to see the name of Nana and just lose track of words. That's not something I do. I don't get excited seeing friends and be like, a goo. No. Where am I? I fell. Ah, very nice. Yeah, I can imagine work from home jobs are really nice in that sense. So like, as long as I get my work done, that's all they care about. Other than that, I can just chillax and vibe as I please. It's part of the wall. Okay, I see. We're so close to getting this fountain done, I almost feel obligated to finish the fountain before we end stream now. We made a lot of progress. All I had done before I started stream was the outside trim. That's all I had done, and maybe like one inside panel. Yee! But yeah, there's part of the reason I'm not too fond of the idea of doing paranormal investigation outside is one of the methods that I want to use with our group. It is known as the Estes method, which is you sit there with a spirit box and you have it plugged in, and you have noise canceling headphones on, and you have a blindfold on, and one person is asking questions while the other person has these noise canceling headphones and the blindfold answering them, just listening to what words come out of the box. So like, being deprived of hearing and sight in the outdoors where you have no idea what's out there is spooky. I do find cleaning very soothing. Whenever I get the chance, I rearrange my room constantly. That is why I have such a hard time finding things as of late, because I will rearrange my room and then not know where I put things. Mostly because I have a lot of stuff and am just trying to make space in my room. But yeah, I really want to do Estes method because it's super cool. And the results that I've seen people get from Estes method is insane. And we're in ads. Okay. 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 No more speak for me. We will not talk about more paranormal, or will we? Spooky. If you like spooky things, let me know. Oops. Feel free to share your own personal spooky stories. If you're watching the VOD, hi. Thank you for watching. If you're watching the VOD, thanks for watching. I hope you're having a good day. And feel free to share your favorite spooky encounters. Have you had a close encounter of the spook kind? Let us know down in the comments below. Alright, we have returned from ads. I also am not a huge fan of gore. Well, I don't mind gore, but body horror is no bueno. Especially depending on what kind it is. I despise needles. Needles entering the body gross me out. So like, if there's like a scene where like someone just gashes their arm open, I can look at that gash, no problem, but the second it goes to a scene where it shows them stitching it... There was nothing? What? Oh. One time Doug started like viciously barking at something in my house when I was home alone for the night. It was the most spooky thing ever happened. Spooky. Nothing was there. Yeah, I can't do needles. Like I can watch, like I said, I can watch a movie where like the character gets a giant gash in their arm, but the second it goes to like a scene of like someone stitching them back together, ugh. Nope. No thank you. Yeah, that is weird. I also hate it when like cats stare off just randomly with like the most terrified look in their eyes. Lily does that so often. She hasn't done it. She hasn't done it recently. Ooh. Since I've moved. But when I was in my apartment, I had multiple times where I'll just be on, like, my bed, and she'll just be dead staring at the door. I'm like, what are you looking at? She will not, like, move. How long ago would it be now? I think 2 years ago now? Yeah, it was about 2 years ago. I would have already moved by the time... No, I moved... The last time I moved was, like, before I actually found your channel, fam. I believe I was in this house when I found the illustrious Famucon. 'Cause when I was in my apartment was the last time I did IRL streaming. Like facecam streams. And then... So all my streams, since I've moved back into this house, have been VTuber streams. I am most certain that I have an attachment of the spooky variety. Which I was looking into that possibility of attachment one day, because I was at okay, actually my most creepiest interaction is pretty recent, actually. So to give people the lowdown, the story of my possible ghost attachment, and what an attachment means in terms of ghosts is, a ghost is like, yo, I'm gonna stick around with this person, and you're basically stuck with a ghost. You can get it, like, removed and everything. But it just follows you around, basically. So you just have a portable haunting, is all it is. So the first time I spotted this, the weirdness, I was working at the toy store I used to work at. And we had gotten a motion-activated display. I think it was specifically for... Lego was doing, like... It was like this weird phone app. I think it was called Video, if I remember correctly. So there was a motion-activated display where, like, you walk past it, or someone walks past it, and it would start playing a video. So we had that set up, and, you know, I just worked normal. I was actually I was a, I think I was a supervisor at the time that we got that display. And so I would open and close the store on my own sometimes. Or, like, I'd be one in charge of opening and or closing the store. And I came in one morning and the display was just going off on its own. For no reason. So I was like, okay, that's weird. So I just kind of went about my day. And as I was continuing to set up for open, the display went off again on its own. I was nowhere near it. I also tested multiple times after that where you have to be in order for the motion detector to pick up anything, and you have to be right in front of that thing in order for it to see and activate. Like, there's no, like, oh, maybe it caught something off on the corner. No, you have to be, like, right in front of it in order for it to go off. So it would just start constantly going off all the time. So I decided to talk to this. I decided to communicate. I was like, you know what? Okay. I see you. I see your little game. Let's do this. If there's actually something in this building, I want you to set that off on the count of 3. So, I count it down. 1, or count it up. 1, 2, 3. And immediately after I say 3, the display goes off again. Exactly on cue, it sets off the display. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So, you know, I'm now like, all right, cool. There's a ghost in the store. That's interesting. So the more I work, I'm like, I'll come in every morning and say hello to the ghost. You know, starting to get like, I was getting attached to the ghost. And of course, if you're gonna be here, you might as well still help. But the more I interacted with it, it would set off the display more often, because it kind of got the idea of like, oh, it doesn't spook you. You're kind of entertained by it even. So like it's setting it off. It eventually got to like a point where like a lot of the times stuff will fall off the shelves for no reason, which a lot of the boxes are built bad. So like some of the stuff just falls off the shelf because it falls off the shelf. But I've had things fall off shelves that I've never seen fall off the shelves in my like year or 2 working there. So it was like, okay, I get things fall off the shelf all the time, but that specific object falling off the shelf doesn't make any sense. I've had lights flicker as well, and when I say flicker, I don't mean like they get slightly dim a little bit, as if like a light when it's dying. I mean the light was on, and it got brighter. I still to this day don't know how to explain it. Just this singular light bulb in a string of light bulbs, which is all in one system, this singular light bulb got brighter. Like it flickered brighter than the rest of the light bulbs. I have no idea how that works. I'm sure some people will be like, oh, well, technically when a light bulb's dying, it starts to try and pull more energy so that it can stay as bright as the other light bulbs. So it kind of flickers brighter instead of darker. But that happened.
This is a damn curse.
Pretty much. So I eventually ended up leaving that store. And I went to work at a store next door to it. And I of course talked about, oh yeah, there's like almost everywhere as I go, like the topic of like, do you believe in ghosts comes up somehow. And of course it came up there. I was like, oh yeah, there's literally one next door. They're like, what? That's weird. You're weird. Like, we're having a conversation about whether or not you believe in ghosts. And I'm not the one who brought it up. So I was always like, yeah, there's a ghost over there. You had an attachment as a little kid? Oh, that's awesome. It might not be awesome, but that's kind of cool. So I worked next door, so you know, still adjacent to the ghost. And I would still go over to the store and visit every now and then, because you know, I was still friends with a lot of the staff there. And I went over one day, and one of the ones who was like kind of skeptical, I walked in, and they're like, "You were right." I'm like, "What? There's a ghost in here. There's a ghost in the store." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but why do you know?" Ooh, that's crazy. It was to the point where you had to have someone come smudge your house. That's crazy. That's wild. But yeah, they're like, yeah, there's 100% a ghost here. And I was like, okay, so how do you know? And they were like, oh, well, me and this other coworker, we were playing around with a Snapchat filter, and we were like taking turns jumping in and out of the frame, using the Snapchat filter. And at one point, both of us were out of the frame, and the filter snapped to the empty space, like way up in the ceiling, and it just stayed there, and we both just looked at each other, just baffled. And they're like, and then afterwards, the filter went away, and one of the light bulbs went out. I'm like, there's no way. That's insane. So that's the craziest experience I've heard about this one. But that happened, which is insane. Huh. Weird. That's wild. But yeah. In the end, both of the stores ended up closing down. The one I was working at closed down first, and I got transferred to a sister location in our town from that store. And then later down the road, the other store got closed down. And I think possibly that is where the attachment started, as there was no one there who believed anymore. There was no one there who to, entertain and play with in that location. So it joined me. And I, of course, by that point had moved back out of my apartment. And I have the only reason I remember a lot of this is I have Discord messages with Pearl where I talked about all this. So the toy display was 3 years ago. 1 year ago from around now, I had messaged Pearl saying that I 100% saw something outside of my bedroom door. 100%. I was I have had times where I've had moments of I could have sworn I saw something from the corner of my eye, but it was probably just my imagination and stuff like that. This was the first time I've had something where I saw something from the corner of my eye and literally jumped from seeing it. I was almost dead certain there was someone standing at my door. And I jumped up, looked out, and there was no one there. I even got up and walked around the entire house. No one was there. Everyone in the house was asleep. I was the only one awake. There's nothing. And then, I've always been on and off on my fascination and wanting to do paranormal investigation. It mostly dies off just because I'm like, oh well, I can't really do it. There's not really any locations near me for it. I don't have a group that I can do it with. But now I have a group I can do it with. I have locations that I'm finding that I can go to. I have the equipment now. I'm actually starting to piece together the ability to do this, which is really cool. So it started re-emerging in my interest again, and I was at my current work, and I was just doing stuff And what was it? Oh, there was just so much going on, and I felt kind of uncomfortable in the air, in the space, the workspace. And I was like, I was trying to find something to distract myself and keep myself, you know, focused on just doing my work. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try and communicate with something. Maybe there's something here that might be able to help me do something to take my mind off things, and I'll have some weird experience. So I was like, if there's anything here, feel free to communicate in whatever way possible. I didn't have any equipment on me. I just was like, feel free to make a bang or whatever. There's a lot of noise going on right now, which is part of the reason why I was feeling very uncomfortable and on edge, because I cannot deal with loud noises, especially when there's a lot of loud noises going on at the same time. I should get back to playing game, because we probably have everything done by now if I was playing game. But yeah, I was like, just communicate with me if there's anything here. If I should be concerned about anything, feel free to let me know. Which that night I didn't really get anything, except for like the very end of the night, as like I was getting everything put away and everything. The back of my head felt really tingly. It was the only thing I can like describe it as is the feeling you get, like static electricity, when you take a balloon and rub it on your head and hold the balloon above your head, and like all your hair stands on end. That's what it felt like on the back of my head. It was the weirdest thing. I've never felt that before. But I was like, it was just odd. I didn't think anything of it. So I just was like, okay, and went back to work and kept doing stuff. The next night, however, ended up being wild. So this is probably the most active interaction I've ever had. So I was working, just doing my usual everyday thing. I had 2 or 3 times where I could have saw something from the corner of my eye, like moving really fast. But again, I look over there, there's nothing there. I go and look around, there's nothing there. I feel like most of them would be. A lot of like, I feel quite a few of them is just like they're lonely. There are some that are like stuck here because of like they were betrayed and they want vengeance. Like there's definitely the dark, evil ones who are just like they feel like they were wronged in life, or like their life was stolen. And they just have so much anger that they can't let go of, that's keeping them around. Definitely a lot, I feel, are just, you know, looking to cause a little mischief, or just looking to have some fun and are just lonely. But no, there's definitely some like evil entities. In terms of like, so they're spirits, which are, they were human, and they just still reside in, like, they're still possible to communicate with. Then there's entities, which is your otherworldly beings, which that's a whole other thing. So if we're only focusing on spirits, ghosts, otherwise known, yeah, I think most of them are probably just lonely and sad, and just are happy to like have someone to communicate with, and have someone to talk to and hear out their story and everything. But yeah, I had like 2 or 3 times, I think it was, that night where I could have sworn I saw movement from the corner of my eye, but didn't see anything. And then the weirdest thing has happened. So amongst the seeing things from the corner of my eye, the weirdest things I've ever had happen to me in terms of anything paranormal ever happened. I had one moment where I was almost certain something pressed against my side, like on my rib. Like it felt like something externally poking me, but there was nothing there that could have done something like that at that time. Like I was just standing out in the middle of an aisle basically, and I felt a poke as I was walking around. And it wasn't like an internal pain or anything. It physically felt like someone poked me. And then also, I had something tug on my pant leg. At this moment, by far, that one interaction is the most unexplainable thing I've ever had happen to me. Like, it literally felt like... it literally felt like... you know how, like, when a little... Like, when you see those... like, see a little kid trying to get their parents' attention, they'll, like, grab their shirt or their pant leg and, like, tug at it to try and get their attention. That's what it felt like. It felt like something grabbed my pant leg and pulled down on it to get my attention. The weirdest thing about this is anytime I've ever had any sort of interaction with this spirit, I am almost certain it is, or takes the form of, a child. I am almost certain. Anytime I've seen it from, like, anytime I've seen stuff from the corner of my eye, it's been child height. Any sort of interaction with it is super playful and like childlike, like rolling balls around, messing around with motion activated toy displays, like, and then it tugs on my pant leg like a little child trying to get a parent's attention. Like, what? I don't understand. So it is currently, when I was sleeping in Brandon's parents' house, woke up and his twin cousins, like 4 years old, were standing above my bed staring at me. That is so creepy. Kids are horrifying. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, we so close. Ooh, we so close. Now I have to finish this. They ran out without saying anything? That's terrifying. What gremlins? Such gremlin kids. It's hilarious. So at this point, my goal is to somehow find a way to get in touch with the whatever is attached to me, so I can talk to it and be like, hey, what's up? It's like, I need to know more about this. Like the initial time of me being like to Pearl, like, I'm almost certain this store is haunted. I even said, like, I want to learn its name. I want to know who it is. I want to get to know why it's here. and get to know its story. So I've always been fascinated in like the paranormal and like the idea of getting to contact like people from beyond. It's just so fascinating, and it's such an it's still such a mysterious territory, and I don't know, it's so interesting. Like if we had more evidence towards mythological creatures like dragons and unicorns, I would 100% probably be like one of those people who'd be like, I need to go find these things. But we don't have a lot. We don't have evidence of those being realistic things. So I don't know. And I'm okay with those just being like real things or fictional things. No, not another ad break. Free. I want to get No Man done first. Because he's got so much crevice. So much crevice? So much crevice. Oh my goodness, look at all the crevice. The crevasse. So much crevice. Oh. We're back from ads. We're back from ads. We're back from the ads. Welcome back from the ads. But yeah, it's such a interesting thing that we know so little about, and the idea of possibly having a way to like communicate with this space is it's so interesting and fascinating, and the fact that we have so many like quite possible like evidence and methods of doing this is so interesting. We're at 99%, baby. This is it. We're gonna finish the fountain. I think it's just this rock left. Yada! Ah! I hit shift and tab at the same time. I've been pretty thorough, so this should be all that's left. Come on, please, please, please give me the ding. Ding for me. Yes. No. Upper basin edge. Oh. 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 Upper basin walls. Lower columns. Oh no. Oh, there's so much more we haven't finished. Please. Thank you. Upper basin wall. That's upper column. Upper basin wall. So one of these is not fully cleaned. Which one? This one. No, this one. There we go. And lower columns. Lower column, lower column, lower column. This game is very relaxing. I quite enjoy this game. Yada! Yada! Mountain is clean! Look how big this is. Oh my word. Look at that. Look at that systematic cleaning. Ugh. 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 So satisfying. He's beautiful. Why gnomes? I don't know. I think there's some like weird... It's a gnome fountain for obvious reasons. But what do you think it's made out of? There's like some like weird deep lore. They've been making like other packs called the Muckingham Files, which is supposed to have like some deep lore to it. In the original story, you go through cleaning a bunch of things and you discover different secrets about the place, which you end up cleaning like a palace, like an ancient statue. It goes from like, okay, I'm just cleaning a car to like, whoa, what's going on here? It's one of those games that's like, oh, it's just a regular game, but then there's lore. It also has a lot of really neat DLC packs. There's a Back to the Future one, Warhammer. They just released the Alice one. There's a SpongeBob. There's a Final Fantasy, Tomb Raider, seasonal, Santa's Workshop. You can clean Santa's workshop. Look, it's Santa's workshop. Workshop. Continue. Oh. 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 Santa had a little too much cocoa. Nice. I can see how dirty this is just because I've played so much Power Wash Sim, but let me show you how dirty this actually is. Why do I have this power washer? Ew, why the Pro? Alright. That's the clean floor. Ooh. Ooh, that's nasty. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Santa, what happened? I'm sure the more you clean it, you'll get those little emails that you see like on the right hand right now. You'll get emails that tell you what actually happened. Look at the fireplace! Wow. Is this a map? Is this a world map? It's a world map. And on some of these levels, it's actually a good idea to like use a... Where is it? There we go. A less powerful nozzle. Because sometimes there'll be like secret things hidden underneath other things. So like a lot of the times you'll find dirt, but you'll find graffiti under the dirt. And if you spray off the dirt, you'll reveal like secret lore stuff underneath. It's pretty cool. What's a good one, for example? The Forest Cottage. That one has a good example of the graffiti thing. So yeah, there's like dirt, but there's like clearly something else underneath of it. So if we use a light spray, we can get rid of the dirt, but keep the graffiti. Egads! A robber was stealing from the bank. No way. Yeah, that's the only graffiti on this building. And there's like pink on this on this trapdoor. Why is there pink on the trapdoor? That's real weird. Why would there be pink paint on the trapdoor and nowhere else on this building? That's kind of suspicious. That's a little sussy. Yeah, this game's actually really cool. It's really relaxing. And you can play with up to 2 players for the actual career mode. But for free play and like all of the DLC missions and everything, you can play with 4 to 6 players, I think. So on free play, you can play with up to 6 people. And I think all of these you can play with 6 people. Yeah, if you play through the campaign, you can only play with 2, but free play, you can play with up to 6 people, which is cool. But yeah, this one has stuff like 7th Heaven. So this is all Final Fantasy VII stuff. So 7th Heaven, there's the macro energy exhibit, Scorpion Sentinel, a lot of really cool stuff from Final Fantasy VII. Tomb Raider, you get to clean. I haven't actually finished any of the buildings yet, but you get to clean the Croft Manor, which is pretty cool. I'm sure there's a lot of other cool things. There's also Back to the Future one, which I really want to get. I really want to buy the Back to the Future DLC. And then SpongeBob SquarePants, you get to clean SpongeBob's house, the Chum Bucket, the Krusty Krab, stuff like that. It's really cool. But I really want to do the Back to the Future one, because I love that game, movie, the thing, the media. And I love Alice in Wonderland, so I also want to do that one. But yeah, look at all these. So I've done these two. I still have these two on this page. I had 2 left on this page, and then this whole page and this whole page. Ooh, an aquarium. That'd be cool. Yeah, it's a really fun game. Nice chill out time. You can buy new power washers, which do better. Oh, the Pro's the best one. Okay. Here I was like, why do I have the Pro? I just like the look of the medium duty. Looks cool. You can buy skins for your power washer, which I have all of them purchased. You can have different outfits. Look at the different suits. And I'm pretty sure with the DLC, there's also extra suits that get added when you buy it. All sorts of different equipment, so different nozzles and different extensions. And you can get cleaning liquids to help clean, but once you have like the strongest one, it's very Portal. Yeah, in a sense, it is very Portal-esque. It does have a weird Portal vibe to it. I don't know why I'm getting like off shots. It's kind of funny. Let me just... My scroll wheel is going too fast for it to process.
Follower inbound.
Louie, the trans femme fluff, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that this is content that you watch and you're like, yeah, I need more of this in my life. It's really... just ADHD's button spamming. Oh, hang on. Yeah, there we go. I got the right speed going now. Oh, it can't go as fast when it's spraying though. Go. Yeah. I'm gonna take this as a sign. It's time for me to go bed. Oh my gosh. I am unhinged. I'm out of control, man. I can't. I cannot. I can play. Mr. I can play. I love that now we just call I Mr. I can play. I don't know what it is about it, just it's nice. I like it. Mr. I can play. Excuse me, Mr. I Can Play. I'm glad you can make it. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. But yes, I'm gonna go to bed now before my mind breaks even more. But thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a fun time watching. I'm gonna head to bed. I hope everyone has a wonderful remainder of their mornings, whether you be at work or at school or just hanging out, having a good old time. Or I hope you have a good sleep if you're going to sleep. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all on Saturday morning. Yay! Okay, bye. Bye-bye. Where's the end screen button? Bye!